Oskar. You are the man from Sweden, now a Dubaian. Come on and give it to him.
Thank you so much. Hi, thank you. So let's start with a question. A lot of speakers have started with a question. So how many in here like to read self-help books or personal development books? Almost everyone? Excellent. That's a big number for a crowd. So how many have read The Secret, the book The Secret? A lot of people. Excellent. So when you read The Secret, you may think that it's enough to sit on your sofa, just visualize, and then suddenly money rains from the sky. And you're thinking, I'm inside. Where did all this money come from? And when you sit there on the sofa, it rings on the doorbell, and that's your ideal partner standing there. And in his hand, he has the keys, and it's your Ferrari. Here, Patty, baby, where have you been? So that's sometimes the self-help books promise the world, but the law of attraction, I believe, works, but you also, of course, need to go out in the real world and take some action. So we all know that. It's not, we need to visualize our goals, but we also need to have a plan, action plan, do something daily. That's what I'm going to talk about today, and I'm going to share some strategies on how you can do that. I'll start with a quick story from my life. When I was 18 and living in Sweden, it was the last couple of months of high school, and I was starting to get a little bit stressed and worried. Because, you know, as a student, you go from being a student to unemployed overnight. So I had a couple of months left, and I started to worry, what am I going to do with my life, you know? And anyone else as a teenager was a little bit worried what to do? Yeah, a couple of people. And you think like everyone else is like, okay, they know exactly what to do, but actually everyone is worried. But we had a teacher at the time, and he told us to go home and write down our 5-year goals. I was like, okay, interesting. So I went home and I started thinking, okay, what do I want to do the next 5 years? And I wrote down 10 goals and left it like that. And then after high school, I started going out in the world and doing things. And then at the age of 22, I was cleaning my old room in my mom's place, and I found that book. And 9 out of the 10 goals that I put down were achieved. I was like, wow, this is pretty amazing. So that started an interest for me. I got really interested in this personal development field. So I started studying obsessively, taking courses, reading books, going to seminars. And I learned something. This thing with, when you read a lot of self-help books, someone that's like to read a lot of self-help books in here, like consumes it, so sometimes you realize that there's a pattern, you know. There's a few strategies that you can pick out. So you don't have to read 100 books. You can read just a few and then apply those strategies. So 2007, I decided to move to Dubai. And my friend in Sweden, we used to sit down once a month and do our goals. So we used to sit down, have a coffee. I would share, these are my goals, this is what I want to do the next month, and these are my long-term goals, this is my action plan, and he would do the same thing. But when I moved to Dubai, I couldn't do that because he was based in Stockholm. So what we did was we opened up a Google document sheet. So he could see my goals, I could see his goals. So I would enter my goals in the Google document, he would enter his, and then we would hold each other accountable. And then I start thinking, there's a lot of things you can do with technology to do this, bridge the gap from inspiration to implementation. Because this thing that we have in our pocket, everyone except one had one. There's a lot of things we can do with this. And this can be an assistant. It can be a tool for good or it can be a tool for bad. Barry talked a little about this. You can use it for good or you can use it for bad. And I started experimenting, started testing different strategies. And I'm going to share a couple of those strategies on how you can use this to take those daily action steps, to do something every day to get you closer to those goals. Did you know that this phone has you have access to more information than Bill Clinton had at the time of his presidency? Bill Clinton, so 98. So you have access to more information with this one than he had at his time of presidency. It's been estimated. So you have access to all the teachers in the world. You have access to so many different things. Running out of time, so I'm going to share a few strategies that you can use immediately. First of all, a lot of people talked about gratitude, right? The importance of gratitude. So you make a folder on your phone, collect 10 to 15 pictures of everything that you're grateful for, put that in that folder, and every day you can review those gratitude moments. So this is coaching 2.0. Instead of pen and paper, you use your phone. Second thing, you make another folder with all your goals. Michael shared his writing down your goals. I do the same thing, but I do it in my phone. So I have another folder with pictures of my goals. So first I go into the gratefulness folder, I get into that gratefulness feeling, and wow, I'm so grateful. Then I go into my goals folder, and I have the same emotion to my goals. So that's 2 ways. Third way that you can use immediately, have you learned a lot today? You have a lot of notes, a lot of people taking notes. So at the end of today, go through your notes, highlight them, put those notes in your phone, put 6 reminders, 3 within one every day for the next 3 days. I'm going to go through review my notes, and I'm going to take action on something. Put the 4th reminder 1 week from now, the 5th reminder 1 month from now, and the 6th reminder 2 months from now. Because that's how you take action. That's how you go from inspiration to implementation. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.